Zoomi's prayers, far beyond our imagining. In personal address from God to our generations, the world was formed, its end already foretold. Revelation is not an isolated act of God, a new world coming suddenly into being and all at once, but is realized in a long historical process. It is we who unduly separate it from the comprehensive background of your total redeeming work. In it are identified and promised your great objective redemptive acts. The depths of your divine mind are open to our inner personality. You reveal yourself because of your great love for us and interest in our lives. Here consider how much greater is the chasm between your life and ours than ours to an ant. Crucially, the difference is that we, made in your image, will be drawn up in close association to your divine life. What close attention has been paid to all our needs, air, food, water, safety, even on to human self-realization. But these are minuscule in relation to the life of our soul. There is great mystery to the world in its beginning, middle, and end. Many subjective and mystical acts flew past our understanding. How are any of these captured? It is by continual prayer, seemingly a harshly impossible task, but should be seen in the light of hyper-interest in the knowledge of God, studied in the surrounding golden light of song and adoration. What of good works? It may be seen in all our lives how we distort moral behavior, judgments of ourselves and others, even to raising up the self-appraisal of ourselves in the gifts of thankful contrition and the other acts of prayer. True and intensive knowledge of you will help us to begin to see ourselves, so that we do not enter your gates as donkeys, but as humble servants of the Lord our God. This present universe will be restored to its ideal state, redeemed from the consequences of sin. Revelation is not the apocalyptic craziness now associated with the eschaton, the end of time. It is the happiest outcome to the universe and to each individual life, running far past known permutations. The end is not untraceable from the beginning, but it is far beyond our imagining. These things were not done in a corner, even though our Lord did not expound himself. The truth of all things was revealed to us through human instruments, patriarchs, prophets, on through millennia to Jesus and your expounders in the apostles. Your method of revelation includes the very shaping and chiseling of individualities for your own objective ends. You do not exclude our individuality, but mold it to your purposes. How lost, how sinful, how helpless we have been. No circumstances of this earth for its people shall have resolved themselves. The end of all things will be by great objective acts and interpositions of God. The ramifications of all the history of the universe are far too complex to be properly addressed by man. Revelation does not stand alone by itself, but is inseparably attached to your redemption of us through a long series of successive acts. These historically successive, in order that they may address themselves to the generations of mankind coming into existence in the course of history. Jesus never lost sight of the continuity that ought to exist in Revelation. The old had the seeds of the new in itself. On our behalf and for our salvation, you have condescended to work and speak in the form of time. Your work and your speech partake of the particular glory of organic growth. This work, covering ages proceeding in a sequence of revealing words and acts, appearing in a long perspective of time, some 13,000 years to date. You are the everlasting reality, from whom proceeds all truth, whom all truth reflects. Let us seek to know you as the one that is, that was, and that is to come.